Now let's graph y equals x squared and a few other related functions. Starting with y equals x squared, what is that going to look like? Let's start with a table of values, and I'm just going to plug in -3, -2, -1, 0, 1, 2, and 3 for x. So what are we going to get for y if we plug -3 in for x for y equals x squared? Well, -3 squared is +9, because negative negative make a positive, so we get +9. -2 squared is +4. -1 squared is 1. 0 squared is 0. 1 squared is 1. 2 squared is 4. And 3 squared is 9. Excellent. So each one of these combinations will represent an ordered pair. So just a point on our graph. By the way, let me label the x-axis and the y-axis. Excellent. So let's start with -3, 9. So x is -3, y is 9. We're 9 units up, 3 units left. Then we have -2, 4. So it's going to be over here. -1 and 1, right here. Then we have 0 and 0, the origin. Then we have 1 and 1, 2 and 4, 3 and 9. Excellent. So now let's just connect the dots and try to make it look nice. That's not too bad, but that's only half of the parabola. There we go. So it's supposed to be perfectly symmetric. And so that's y equals x squared. And this point is really important. We call it the vertex. Great. So now it's very important that you're very familiar with this shape. So we go from the vertex, 1 unit to the side, 1 unit up. Then 2 over, 4 up. 3 over, and 9 up. Okay, so let's start now. Let's graph y equals x squared minus 3. How does that relate to y equals x squared? Well, the -3 will just shift down every point on y equals x squared. So the vertex, instead of being 0 and 0, becomes 0 and -3. This point will also go down, so will that one. And remember the pattern that we saw here. We go over 1 up 1, over 2 up 4, because 2 squared is 4. 3 squared is 9, so we go over 3 up 9. Over here. There we go. And now we can just draw a nice curved line. And that's only half the parabola, of course. So let's try to complete the other side as well. That doesn't look too bad. Should be perfectly symmetric though. Mine looks a little bit lopsided, but I think we get the idea. So that's y equals x squared minus 3. Now for question number 3. What is y equals x plus 4 going to look like? Well, because of this 4, we're just going to look back at y equals x squared, the red line over here, the red parabola, and we're going to shift every point up by 4 units. So the vertex now is going to be at 0, 4. That's the new vertex. So we're going to go over 1 up 1, over 1 up 1. And note, of course, that every point is just getting shifted up by 4 units. So this one's going up by 4 as well, up by 4, and so on. other side as well. There. Great. So this orange graph is y equals x squared plus 4. Then question 4. Now, what is y equals x plus 4 squared going to look like? This one's a little bit more interesting. The 4 will actually shift it over to the left by 4 units. Looking again at y equals x squared, the red graph here, we're going to move over to the left by 4 units with the vertex, and that's the new vertex. -4, 0. If we were subtracting 4, we would move over to the right by 4. So it's a little bit counterintuitive, right? So x plus 4, we're going to the left from the original. So again, we're going over 1 up 1, over 1 up 1, over 2 up 4, over 2 up 4, over 3 up 9, over 3 up 9. So now let's connect all the dots. And something that I'll stress is that you try graphing quite a few parabolas just until you're very confident with the shape and what they look like, because it will definitely pay off in the long run. There we go. So that is y equals x plus 4 squared. That's it.